Congress voting to advance a short-term spending bill that funds the government until March. That bill now heads to President Biden's desk. The measure passing the Senate with 77 votes in favor. 18 Republicans voted against it. And then in the House, the continuing resolution passed 314 to 108. But House Speaker Mike Johnson needed Democrats to help get it across the finish line. 106 Republicans voted against it, meaning more House Democrats supported the bill than Republicans. This enraging hardline conservatives, they're now reportedly planning revenge against Speaker Johnson. Members of the Freedom Caucus may begin to hijack the messaging. This is what Axios is reporting. I want to bring in New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew. He's a member of House Judiciary. Congressman, good morning. And what's going on right now? I mean, is there some movement to go after, to punish Speaker Johnson over this?
I'm not going after Speaker Johnson. I'm not out to punish anybody. He's been dealt a bad hand, there's no question. However, I do know that we need to make real structural change in the way that we're going about budgets. Individual appropriations bills need to be done. We need to ensure that we make some cuts in areas that are completely frivolous and sometimes actually destructive. And I could go through a list with you. I won't do it. The American people know intuitively that we're wasting billions upon billions of dollars in our government. And so we do need change. I didn't vote for it. I can't vote for just another CR that does the same Pelosi budget over and over and over again. We need to change the way we budget in the United States of America. We're just hurtling towards destruction. At the same time, I want people to know, because sometimes they say, gee, it doesn't matter if Republicans are in or Democrats are in. It does matter. We would be spending a lot more money, and we have budgets that were even more blown up, even more wasteful, even more abusive than we do now. But we need to get our caucus together. Actually, Jim Jordan's idea, the idea that I believe in and I've been proposing as well, at least a 1% cut, go in the opposite direction in our appropriations, individual appropriations bills, not just one large bill, no more CRs, try to change the way we do business in Washington, D.C.
Right. No, I mean, look, it doesn't seem like there's much appetite for a government shutdown right now. The weather has been rough enough in D.C. To do that without any help from Congress. But I do want to move on to something else that's in front of you right now, and this is Hunter Biden. So he's finally agreed to appear before House Judiciary for this private deposition. It's going to be February 28th. This is your group. The impeachment probe kicks into high gear. There's several interviews that are planned the month. Biden's Hollywood lawyer, and people call him the sugar brother, Kevin Morris, appeared for a transcribed interview before House Oversight yesterday. We're hearing that Morris admitted that he paid Hunter's tax bill, that he met him at a Biden campaign event in 2019. He loaned Hunter at least $5 million. James Comer says his testimony raises a lot of ethical and campaign finance concerns for the president, pointing out that since Morris started helping Hunter financially, Morris has had access to the White House. He's been with the president. And this follows other business associates with Hunter. So, Congressman, kind of give me your take on this, in particular, since this does involve your committee.
Judiciary is very involved in this, as you know, and if there is an impeachment, it would go through Judiciary. Let me say this. Hunter's a bad guy. Whether it's buying a gun illegally, which Cheryl, you or I did, we jail. He has disposed of it in a dumpster. There was cocaine now that we found on the holster that the gun was in. We know that he expects special treatment and was dealing with foreigners, actually powerful foreign interests that want this special treatment from the United States of America. That's where his dad comes in. The deal here isn't that Hunter's a bad guy. We know that. It's a special treatment that he was receiving from the Department of Justice. It's the fact that his father was in the conversations with his businesses and originally lied and said that he wasn't. It's the fact that they have shell corporations. It's the fact that there is so much that ties what our foreign policy and our domestic policy is to Hunter Biden and his father. And basically, we're selling the United States of America. That's what we have to know. Yeah. It doesn't matter that he's a bad guy, but it does matter that his dad did bad things in order to help him to the American people. So we're going to continue on. And by the way, this is a man of privilege, Hunter Biden. He thought he wasn't going to have to appear. He thought he would just laugh in the face of the American people. Thank God we're moving forward with this. And he knows that we are real about wanting the information.
Well, but you know what? The question mark obviously is he going to take the fifth? And we don't know yet, but that's kind of being asked already. I want to bring in Joe Pinion. He's on set with me here in New York. Joe, go ahead.
Congressman, obviously you talk about kind of the business of usual down in D.C. It appears that once again your politics dictating different types of treatment that you receive from our federal government. You go back to 2013 when there was the IRS scandal underneath Barack Obama where they were targeting conservative nonprofit groups for extra scrutiny. Now we're hearing that the feds are once again asking for the banks to start scouring records to see if the term MAGA pops up. What can we do to actually rein this government in to get equal treatment under the law again when it appears government, whether the Democrats want to acknowledge it or not, continues to be weaponized for the purposes of targeting everyday ordinary Americans?
Oh, you're so on target here. What they should be doing in the Department of Justice, what we should be doing with the FBI is ensure that they are only going after foreign terrorists and those that are truly dangerous. And they have been going after real Americans for years, whether it's faithful Catholics, Roman Catholics who go to church for real. I know it's hard to believe, but we have the proof. And they admitted it was true. Or parents at school boards, or now we find out people that shop at or Bass Pro Shops or are real conservatives or use the word Trump or MAGA. They were actually going after them and investigating them, misusing FISA, which was supposed to go after real bad actors, to go after people that just had conservative values or different values. This has to stop. Thank God we have the majority. Thank God that the Judiciary Committee investigated this and revealed it to the public, because we wouldn't know otherwise.
Yeah. Congressman Jeff Van Drew, it's always good to see you, Congressman. Thank you.